Collecting antlers that fall off the heads of deer, elk, and moose is a pretty popular activity here in Utah. It's called shed hunting, and the season is right around the corner. It begins on February 1st, and it goes until April 15th. So obviously, we still have a few days before that season starts, but there is a few things that you need to know and do beforehand to get ready for it. So for more on that, Captain Chad Bettridge with the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources is joining me on Zoom this morning, and thank you so much for being here, Chad.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
So this is a new concept to me. Can you explain exactly what shed hunting is?
Every year, over this time of year, antlers start falling off of buck deer, bull elk, bull moose. It happens every year, and then they grow back, and then they're back, and sometimes even a bigger size during the fall. So these things just fall off the heads of these animals and are lying out there in the mountains.
Okay, and I know that you have one with you right now. Can you kind of show viewers what it looks like, because they'll be looking out for this in a few days?
So this right here is a shed. You can see on the bottom of the shed here, it kind of looks like a button. Mm-hmm. So when this falls off, this is what it looks like. This is a shed antler. If it doesn't look like this, it's not legal to pick up.
Okay.
So if it has this button on the bottom, it is a legal thing you can pick up. And just to clarify, you can pick up an antler anytime. What we do ask is that during February 1st to April 15th, you complete an online form, an ethics form, because it's a rough time of year for the deer and the elk, and they're kind of suffering trying to make it through winter. So you go through this and it gives some suggestions on how not to stress the animals and how to go about just being an ethical person while you're picking up these antlers. Okay,
so this is a specific time. It's hard on those animals. I guess first off, can you explain why that is? Why is this time of year more difficult than others?
It's just that the snow's pretty deep still. It's a rough time. They've been trying to make it through winter time, so they're searching out for food. They're a little skinnier, not quite as strong and as healthy as they are at different times of year. So when people go up into the mountains to look for these antlers, they can sometimes cause some more stress to the deer and the elk, and kind of make them run and push and use some calories that they don't really have to use. So when you go online and do this ethics course, it gives you some ideas of how to avoid that.
Okay, so there's a course you have to complete. Exactly how do you complete that course, and then what do you have to do after that course?
So you go on our website, the Division of Wildlife website, wildlife.utah.gov, and you can either just search Antler Course, or it'll be a link on the website on the hunting page, and we fill that out. It's pretty simple. It's a free form that you print off, and while you're out hunting, you do need to have that form with you. So if an officer comes up and talks to you and you're just out shed hunting, you do need to have that so you can show that officer during this time. Again, it's February 1st through April 15th.
Okay, and for anyone at home who's watching, they're like, why do I have to go through all of this just to go out and look for those? What's your reasoning for that?
Again, it's just to better understand the circumstances that the deer and the elk are in this time of year. We just want people to go out and have a good time, pick up the sheds, all the sorts of stuff like that, but not cause stress, unneeded stress on the deer and the elk. And that would be the best circumstance for everybody there.
Yeah, it's the last thing we want is to stress them out. Well, such useful tips. Thank you so much for being here. And for more information, we're going to have all of this on our website at abc4.com/GMU. But again, thank you so much for being here, Chad.
Thank you.